is we focus on the smaller companies. If I've talked to you all on the phone or sent you some materials, you've kind of seen that. And one of the things that we do is we come into an area, and we've done this in Texas, California, Rhode Island, Toronto, Denver, different places, and gone in and invited local window cleaners within 50, 60, 70 miles and brought them in and just kind of networking and just spend a day getting to know each other. And sometimes it may be across town competitors, maybe it's somebody that you've heard about that you don't really compete directly with that much, but give you a time just to kind of network together and meet each other and talk to some people, bring in 3 or 4 seminars of just instructional things so you can kind of build. And you know, a lot of times as small businesses, we don't get a chance to really tie into some type of network to really help springboard our companies. And maybe you're happy if you're just a one-man operation, that's all you want to be, but a lot of us are aspiring to get a little bit bigger and maybe to get into employees and grow. And so that gives you a chance to kind of interact with maybe some people that have. I operate a company in Stephenville, Texas, about an hour and a half southwest of Dallas-Fort Worth. And so that'll explain my accent. It's not from around here at all. And we operate with 7 employees and doing about $500,000 a year. So that's basically where I'm at. I've been in business myself about 20 years. My dad started in 1951. He was a one-man operation for his entire life. And he was a minister and operated on the side, so it was always just a part-time thing with him. And I came on around 1990 and went into a period of expansion. So I bought out about 20 different companies, smaller operations, part-time businesses, whatever. So I have a lot of background in buying and selling businesses, things like that. So that's kind of where I'm coming from. We also have some other members, and we basically, if you see in there, there's a membership application. Today, the memberships normally for window cleaning companies, our membership is $99 a year. At these events, we always put a special on. It's $50 for, if you've not been a member before, you can sign up today for $50. And we have an online forum, kind of a bulletin board that we interact with each other a lot on a daily, sometimes hourly basis. And it gives you access to window cleaners all over not just the United States, but we have some in Canada. And just gives you a chance to tap in and find somebody who may have the answers to your questions without having to always go and pay and digging and finding resources. Gives you a lot of chances. And then I'm president of the board of directors. We also have Troy Nelson from Jamestown, Wisconsin, right? I always forget the name of the town up there. But he and I flew in. He's also on the board of directors. We have members, let's see, Dan Wagner from here in Pennsylvania, Holmesdale, and then Seth Fensterstock is with us from Bethesda, Maryland, I think roughly, so in that neighborhood in the north side of Washington, D.C. And he used to be on the board of directors, and we put a boot in his butt. He served his term. But he's one of our former board of directors, and he's got a van out here if you're interested in kind of looking at his setup or anything like that. Kind of see how he's got it set up, and he operates in water field systems and everything else. We also have, those are the, let's see, what are the members? I'm trying to see if I got any other members besides. We've also, in our associate members, which is basically suppliers and all that. Of course, our host today is Greg Colker by the ladder, if you haven't met him. He's hosting and paying for our meals today and everything, so we want to be sure. And if you've never shopped here, it's a good place to shop. And if I kind of understand the way things work with freight and everything else, you order from here and he puts it on UPS or whatever, then it gets out to you real quick here, instead of having to order from out of state and waiting for it to get there and everything else. So be sure, and he's got catalogs back on the table and everything else, so grab that, throw it in your folder with you if you haven't grabbed that. And he's got a full warehouse here to stock just about anything you need, and if he doesn't have it, he can get a hold of it. And he's one of our associate members and hosting us today. And also one of our newest member, Phil Alexander, is here, and he's into water fed systems and pure water. I will just tell you this, my dad was in business in 1951, never really got out and mixed into networking and everything, just kind of stuck to himself and did his work. And so I was brought up in a lot of the old school with the chamois and everything else. And in the 90s, I started getting exposed to a lot of the pure water and water fed things and was real skeptical. One of those guys, though, I'd rather get on a ladder and be right my face to the glass and those type of things. I've had a water fed pole now for only 2 years, and a lot of days I'm making $3,000 a day with my water fed system, and extremely happy. Extremely happy with my water fed system. And Phil's got a lot of equipment here, and this afternoon he'll actually get where you can get your hands on the equipment, get out and play with it a little bit, and add questions and answers. Basically, the afternoon, what we did was open it up just so you can kind of network with each other. If somebody needs to leave, they can, but you can hang around and we just interchange with each other and share as much as we can and try to answer the questions that you really have, so you're not just sitting here listening to somebody talk about something maybe that wasn't really on your mind, but you can really dig into the meat and talk to somebody and find somebody here that you can relate to. And I'm not sure if you guys have filled those out, but Troy can help you with registration on the table. Grab a folder and one of those registrations, and be sure and drop those registrations down in that bucket. Those folders, yeah, the folders over there, and they'll have name tags in there. And you guys can be sure and register and get in. We want to be sure we're going to have a little bit of drawings today, so we want to be sure everybody gets in the bucket. So, and I haven't told Greg, but we're going to, the AUWC is going to buy a little bit of his gear today, and we're going to give some of it away. So, he's selling more, yeah, he doesn't care, he's selling more stuff. What does he care? He said it's all good. I even came in yesterday, and to be perfectly honest, there's so many suppliers, and I just hadn't got around to ordering, and so I dropped an order on Greg yesterday. So, if you got stuff you need, he's got some help here, and give them a list, give them an address, and they'll work it out with you. They'll take orders today. They'll do some business even on a Saturday if you want to shop and spend some money today. So, also with us is Kevin Dabrowski, and from Toronto, right? So he's from out of country, and he's going to be here. He's got a lot of background in marketing and advertising, but he's also a window cleaner. So he can relate to you and your business, but also has he has a marketing and advertising business too that he operates, and he'll be doing a seminar here later on. And so if you got any questions about that, he'll be available this afternoon to answer your questions. And the neat thing about this is all this is available through us. These are all members that are part of the system that we have. We have Kevin Caliste that's back here, looking sharp in his suit back here, from Rhode Island. Had to remember real quick. And he's here to talk about insurance and also involved in prepaid legal. I'm going to talk about some of the benefits with those things. So that's what we got on the plate today, and you're welcome just to, we'll be taking breaks in between so you can kind of mix up a little bit, then we'll come in and we'll just do this morning, and then this afternoon will be more kind of free time to mix and get around. So one of the things we do, I don't know if you've ever dealt with fabricating debris, and due to this foot, I may even sit down a little bit and talk to you, and we'll go through the slides.